Hi, I'm Bill Woodard. This is the Smith County Chamber Corner. Well, we're here at Cellar 53. I'm with Judy Smith and Oakley. Oakley's playing ball here, so we're going to let him continue to do that. I don't know if you can see him in the camera. Anyway, Judy came by to tell us about Jeepers Creepers. I believe that's coming up the end of the month.
It is. Fall is fast approaching, and all the events coming up. Jeepers Creepers is this is our third year for this. It's on the square in Carthage. It's Halloween night. We block off the square, and everybody's invited to come in and bring their vehicle, park it, do trunk or treat. Last year we figured about 1,000 kids come in, so if you're going to participate, going to bring your vehicle and decorate it, bring plenty of candy. Starts at 5 o'clock, lasts until 8 o'clock. Prior to the 5 o'clock starting, we're going to have a costume contest for kids 1 through 21. Actually.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's going to be on the courthouse steps. We're going to do that at 4:30. That's sponsored by the Wish 86. And at 8:30, we're having an adult costume contest, and that's going to be at Abel's Tavern, and it's at 8:30. You have to be over 21. We got a female-male contest coming up for that, giving gift certificates for the prizes, so come out and join us for that. It'll be fun.
Okay, and let's talk about the Jeepers Creepers event. Now, we started that about, what, 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
And it originally started out being just Jeeps, but we've opened that up to anybody that wants. It's kind of a trunk or treat now, but we still call it Jeepers Creepers.
We do. So anybody's welcome if they got a truck, car, whatever they want to do, decorate it up. We figured over 1,000 last year. We had a lot of kids. We run out of candy several times and went back and got more.
Yeah, we made those trips to the local Walmart several times.
Yeah.
If you want to get involved in this, just let us know at the Chamber of Commerce. You can call down there, and basically, are we going to have a registration this year?
No, just bring your vehicle, come on. Setup time is about 4:45. Give us about 15 minutes to get set up. And like I said, we're blocking off the street. It's a good, safe environment. You know, the kids are been walking the back streets and traffic, and it's bad. And it's just really a good place to bring your kids if you're wanting them to do a lot of trick or treating. And we have a lot of people out that night.
Yeah, and we're going to have some music, and there actually may be. I know that some of the restaurants, like the Candy Bar, will be open. Abel's Tavern will be open. I'm sure the Main Street Burger and maybe some more of the restaurants, but we may even have a food vendor there. We're going to have a little music off of the courthouse steps, and we're going to move a little bit toward the lower end of Main so that we have more room. We actually ran the Jeeps from the center point of, I believe it was 3rd Avenue up to Ward, so we're going to come in a little further down. If you're a parent, though, and you want to bring your child to a place where they can walk on the street and be safe, not get around cars and vehicles that are moving, it's a good time to do that, and it's really been enjoyable. And I can attest to the fact I counted. I had a big bag of these lollipops I was giving out, and I had over 1,000 in it, and we ran out of them once.
Yeah.
So Jeepers Creepers, October 31st, Halloween night.
5 o'clock.
All right. Well, Cellar 53's ambassador Oakley's back here bouncing his ball, and we had Miss Cindy Hawkins come in. And Cindy, what do you want to tell us about?
I want to tell everyone about the upcoming foster children auction and dinner, October the 21st. And I'm just going to go ahead. This is for the foster children of Smith County, and the money that we raise goes directly to the children of Smith County. It is October the 21st. We're having a fish fry at 4 o'clock, and that really was great last year.
Oh, yeah,
it was so
sure
good. We had a huge crowd, and at 5 o'clock our auction will start. And I'll have to say one thing with the auction. Digger Poindexter does this and does not charge us. And I sit there and I think, okay, this will make a good Christmas present. This will make a good Christmas present. So I get to do some Christmas shopping besides just giving to the children of Smith County.
So it's really good gifts. The one thing I know, and that's at the Ag Center, right?
It's at the Ag Center, and it starts at 4. The dinner does. 4
p.m.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I noticed about it is, like you said, there's a lot of good gifts there and things that you can bid on. The fact that what it's going for, the foster children, these kids, a lot of times they don't really have anybody that will buy anything for them for Christmas, and so it really means a lot to them.
They're in foster homes, and when a foster home has other children, you kind of think, okay, they're not getting as much as their own children. So we try to help with that, and then some of the parents that don't, foster parents, that don't have quite a bit of money or money to buy, then these foster kids will have a Christmas. And I will say that we also, if we have foster children during the year, we have paid for senior rings, for their cap and gowns, and for their annuals. And this helps, and it makes them feel like part of a school.
Well, I think it's a wonderful program. I'm glad that we can be a part of it. Now, you've got a lot of folks that help sponsor this, and I'm going to put you on the spot. I know you can't name all of them, but I know we meet at the Chamber of Commerce, and I know Digger Poindexter with Poindexter Realty is heavily involved in it. Mr. Wesley Rigsby is there. I think he's with Rotary Club that's involved in it. And there are several other folks I know.
Mr. Bob Baker.
Right.
John Foster. We have several of the people that work at DCS, and they're a great help too, because they really pitch in there because they know the foster children and where the money is actually going and who it's going to.
And those folks, they do a good job. Because of the nature of their work, they really can't get into interviews and things like this, but they do help our children out in the county. Well, Cindy, is there anything else? It's barbecue.
No.
No, it's not barbecue.
Fish fry.
It's a fish fry.
Fish fry.
It's auction for gifts to raise money for the foster children, for them to have Christmas presents.
And it all stays in Smith County, and this is for Smith County children. And one other thing that I do want to add, we take monetary or gifts that you want to have auctioned off. They can be dropped off at the Gornsville Smith County Bank or the Smith County Bank in Carthage, and we'll be glad to take them. And if you don't care, the ones that donate, make sure you put a card on it so that we can recognize you or your business that night of the fish fry and the auction.
Okay, well, Cindy, thank you. We appreciate you and the folks at Smith County Bank for kind of overseeing this, and we hope we see a lot of people at the Ag Center on October the 21st at 5 p.m. 4 p.m. for a fish fry and an auction. Yeah, we'll get it straight before it's over with.
4 o'clock start, and we do have to-go plates. So if we've had several that had asked last year, and we had to-go plates, and we had several, and we would love to fill the Ag Center up, because the more money we make, the more that the children get to have a better Christmas.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Tina Jenkins has come by here, Cellar 53, and Tina, you're going to tell us about some stuff that the candy bar is doing?
Yes.
Yeah, just go ahead and kind of run through it. Let us know.
All right. In October, we get report cards on October 11th. We always, every report card, we try to do something for the kids, whether it's, they don't have to have straight A's, it can be whatever. As long as they bring us their report card, we'll be giving out free cotton candy that day. So they just bring their report card, and we'll give them a cotton candy.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah, we have lots. We've had them lined down the sidewalk.
Oh, I've seen
plenty
that.
of times.
Yeah.
Yes. And then on October 21st, we'll be doing the SCHS color run. We'll be out at the Board of Education, setting up and supporting them. And then also, I know Jeepers Creepers we're involved in that. We'll be set up. We give out lots of candy last year.
Okay,
that was a
good
big
deal.
event. So also we do the pre-K and the library students. They come by. Last year we had them a balloon and a sucker to give out. So October is a busy month for us.
Well, I know I pass by there a lot of times, and I'll see kids just lined up, just on a school day.
Yeah.
You know, so you guys you cater to the school kids.
Yes, we definitely do. We give specials on snow cones some days to cool them off, different things, ice cream. Last month it was buy one, get one free. So of course, we'll be there for Halloween, handing out candy.
Well, now, a lot of people may not know, first off, the candy bar, it's any school that's in the county.
Yes, any school.
If you're an outlying school like Forks River or Union Heights or New Middleton or Defeated, you may think, well, I'm not close enough, but that's not true. You come by the candy bar, bring your report card, and you guys will fix them up.
Yes.
Now, some people may not know, but you're on Main Street in Carthage. Let's see, you're
right beside the Cozy Cabin.
Yeah, Cozy Cabin, and across the street from the
new archive. Yes, is coming in.
Right.
And then the help center.
Okay.
We're diagonal from the help center across the street.
And just up from Tooley's Furniture.
Yes. Same side as Tooley's.
So you're on Main Street right there. And what are your hours? When are you
Our
open?
hours are Monday through Friday. We open at 11 and we close at 9. And then Saturday is 9:30 to 6. And we're open now Sunday earlier, 11:30 to 6.
Okay. Now, if somebody comes in there, what's kind of not your whole menu, but what do you generally?
No. Well, we have ice cream. We have milkshakes, sundaes. We have candy arrangements, which I do, and you can place your order, and we deliver free 5 miles. We deliver to all the schools, a lot of the businesses. We also have cotton candy. We have snow cones, bulk candy. We have a wide variety of taffy, which a lot of people come in for that. That's 10 cents a piece. So we cater to all types of high or low. Yeah. We've got it for you.
Okay. Well, I'm sure glad you came by, and we're going to look forward to seeing you there at Halloween. That's going to be a great day.
Okay, yeah. Sure will. Thank you.
Tina, thank you. Well, I feel like I'm not dressed properly. I don't have the right tie on. We've got Mr. David Anderson with Gramps Travel. David, just tell them who you are, where your place is, how they get in touch with you, what you do.
I'm David Anderson with Gramps Travel, and I wanted to talk about 4 things today. Alaska is first. If you want to go to Alaska, Princess Cruises is the way to do it. Right now they have a special. You can get free gratuity, onboard credit, and even a lowered deposit. If you're a landlubber, fly into the Caribbean is a good way to do it. This is the only company that has non-stop flights to different places in the Caribbean. I have a lot of clients that like that. You don't have to change airports or anything. You just get on the plane and you get off in the Caribbean. The third one, obviously, this is Carnival. Lots of people like Carnival. They're inexpensive. They have cruises that go out of New Orleans and Mobile, so you can get a cruise ship nearby. And then the last one, this is really popular, Cuba. You can get to Cuba on a cruise ship, or you can fly. Either way is good. It's becoming increasingly popular, I think, for no other reason than all those old 50s models cars that they have down there. So I just wanted to bring to your attention these 4 things. I have brochures on all of them and can put them in your hand.
Okay, well, one question, and I know it's going to be on everybody's mind. If you're planning a Caribbean vacation right now, if they go through you, you're going to know who's got an airport open and what's going on. But kind of talk about that a little bit.
A lot of hurricanes down that way. There's only 2 islands that are really closed right now. Most of the resorts in the Caribbean manage to stay open, but I can steer you clear of the ones that aren't, and that's not a problem.
Okay, and you can do anything from a cruise to a resort, island stay, anything of that nature. And I know we've been talking to you for way too long about an Alaska trip. Maybe we're going to pull the trigger on that here before long.
Nope. Okay. this one.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, Alaska. Alaska's becoming increasingly popular. More ships there every summer, and more tourists going there every summer.
yeah, well, I know we're looking forward to doing something like that. Well, David, is there anything else you wanted to point out? I guess you need to tell them how to get in touch with you.
David Anderson, Gramps Travel, 615-828-2960. What's on your bucket list? I can help you get there.
All right, and if you can't find him, come to the Chamber website, and he'll be listed on that. And we're getting ready to launch a new website at the Chamber, David, and you'll have a page where you can actually put stuff on and update yourself, and that's coming pretty soon. So looking forward to that. David, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
All right, we're still here at Cellar 53, and John came by. I'm going to get John to introduce himself here in a minute and tell you what he's doing, but kind of interesting, we had Mr. David Anderson with Gramps Travel on here, and he mentioned Alaska. You related what I thought was an interesting story. Why don't you tell these folks about that?
That's right. We had a customer call us from Anchorage, Alaska. This was in July. And he called me and he said, my brother watches you on some kind of a morning show on TV. And he said, he tells me you're one of the biggest Davis cabinet dealers in the South. And I want to buy 2 of those Lily and Russell bedroom suits. And he said, I'll send you the money for them. And I'm coming down there and I'll pick them up Christmas. And then I'm going on to spend Christmas with my brother in Florence, Alabama. And he said, if you would save me 2 of those, and I've been promising my wife, we teach school up here, he said, I've been promising my wife I would buy her 2 of those ever since we've been up here. And I want you to hold them, and I'll be in there. And he sent me the money for them, and at 5 o'clock on Christmas Eve, he came in the front door and he said, I'm Jesse Gray from Anchorage, Alaska, and I'm here to pick up my furniture.
That's a pretty good story. That doesn't happen every day.
No. That's
amazing that D.T. McCall reaches all the way from Smith County to the far reaches of Anchorage, Alaska. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. McCall, tell us what you got going on. I think you're going to talk about some appliances.
AJ's going to follow up with that. I'm going to talk about furniture. We are having, this is one of our biggest furniture sale times of the year. It's our big fall furniture sale, and there's great savings in every department, and it's the time of year when we close out a lot of the discontinued merchandise, the floor samples, and we have special sale prices on the new introductions that are coming in daily. And it's all the new styles and new colors and new things in living room furniture and bedroom furniture and dining room furniture and accessories and things like that. It's a time of year that we really offer special prices on things like that, and we probably won't have anybody driving from Anchorage, Alaska, but we do reach out to a lot of parts of Middle Tennessee, because a lot of people come in and shop this sale in the fall because it's really a big event, and we do have some things that we really lower the prices on the floor sample stuff and things like that. So it's a good time to shop.
Okay, well, I am glad. I know I came in here last year and I bought a freezer from you, and I liked it so well I come back and bought another one. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah,
anyway,
I do remember
these
that.
guys, they'll definitely put you in some furniture and appliances. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to step out of the frame and let Mr. A.J. McCall come in here. Me and Oakley are going to go play ball, okay? All right, here we go.
I appreciate it. I'm AJ from D.T. McCall's, and I want to tell you a little about our company. We've been there over 100 years. We're a Tennessee family-owned business, and when you look at one of our advertisements, it really is what the ad says. I mean, when you get to the store, if we've got a washer and dryer for $6.99, you get the price of $6.99 on it. And what I'm talking about here, if you go to some of the national lumber stores, nationally owned lumber store chains, they sell you the washer for $6.99, then you add $22 for a cord. You add $22 more for the hoses. You add $49 for a piece of $2 vent hose. By the time they get done adding hidden charges, you got $150 more they've added. At D.T. McCall & Sons, we know you can't use your washer without inlet hoses, and we know you can't use your dryer without a cord or a range. So we put all that in for you, and you're going to save a lot of money with us. And let me tell you what else. You know, John's looked at it. We've got brand new in the store a line from Frigidaire that's black stainless. And what that black stainless is, if you hadn't noticed it yet, it's stainless steel. Like on the refrigerator, it's stainless, but then they put a coating on it that gives the stainless a black tint, and it's just been crazy popular. Also, on top of that, it's smudge proof. So if most people are busy now, you've got kids putting their hands on the dishwasher and stuff. It's basically fingerprint resistant, which is a lot better than the first generation stainless, where you had to use stainless polish on it. You just take Windex and wipe this off. Right now, we have a 4-piece package that we will deliver to you, and delivery is always free at DT McCall's within our service area, like 150 miles. We'll deliver it free. We put the cord on it, and you get the whole package: a 26-foot side-by-side refrigerator, a smooth top self-clean range, an over-the-range microwave, and a dishwasher. $19.99 for black stainless. That's an unheard of price, and we look for that stuff to just really go out fast. So please come and look. Also, you can look at our website. I'll give you that in a minute. But we also have everyday specials, and right now we've got a lot of the pre-Black Friday. We're doing Black Friday pricing early. So right now you can come to our place, or you can call us or go on our website. We'll sell you a Whirlpool fully featured top-load washer and dryer delivered to your house, $6.99. No hidden charge for the cord, no hidden charge for the hoses. $6.99 plus tax, and we take it to your house. We haul off the old, no extra charge for haul off. Everybody else charges $30 to haul off a washer and dryer. So that's why we've been there over 100 years. We're a Middle Tennessee family-owned business. We keep the money in the state. It doesn't go out of state like if you buy from a lumber yard. Come to us. We spend our money here locally and help other businesses. So come and see us at DT McCall's. We've got 5 stores: Lebanon, Carthage, Lafayette, Franklin, and Cookeville. Or you can go on our website. It's www.dtmccalls.com, or call us 615-255-4614. We've got everything for your home. Right now we've got lawnmower closeouts. Save $500 on a 60-inch light commercial Cub Cadet, just $49.99, not $54.99 like the normal price. Yeah. $500 off. We deliver it to your door free, and every day, 12 months, 0% financing. Yeah. So we got you covered. Come and see us at DT McCall's. We appreciate it.
And if you buy it and have a service problem, you can come back to our service department, and we won't give you an 800 number in China.
That's exactly right. We send the techs out. You know, it's better to have service where you bought it, because if you bought it from us, we're going to take care of you on service. The guy you call in China or India, he didn't sell it to you, so you're going to get better service with us. And we got, all of our appliances have got a 1-year parts and labor. You can buy another 4-year warranty if you want it. But we got you covered at DT McCall's. Free delivery, 0% financing, and we have service.
Well, it's a beautiful day here at Cellar 53 Winery, and Miss Mary Parker Draper came by. That's an inside joke, folks. I'm sorry. I've been getting your name wrong for 2 years now?
That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. She got married on us, and so it's taken a little while for that to take, I guess. But Mary has come by to tell us a little bit about some events that you have going on. But one thing I'd like you to do before you, let's go through the events real quick. Give us the dates and what's going on. Then I've got some questions.
So on October 5th, we have the Granville Quote Show sign-ups, and that will be at the Wilson Bank and Trust, the Gordonsville branch, and that will be from 12 till 3 o'clock. And so what you do is bring your quilts that you want to enter in the Granville Quilt Show, and those do not have to be made by you, and we have all kinds of categories. And if you have questions, you're welcome to call me at the extension office. The number is 615-735-2900. But we just take those quilts and we'll display them on October 7th in Granville. And then the best or the club or guild with the most entries will win $100. And then we'll have a best of show in different categories to have the first, second, and third place. And those people will come at 3 o'clock on the 7th, and they will get their picture taken for the paper, and then quilts can be picked up on the 4th.
Okay, I do have one question. You said it doesn't have to be one that you made, so an heirloom quilt would be
yes, that is perfect.
Allowed. Okay.
Or one that you found at a yard sale, or like you said, one that's been passed down. And then we also have a community sewing event that FCE is doing, or FCE stands for the Family and Community Education Clubs. And we had one back in July, and it's for Little Dresses for Africa. And this is a very worthwhile cause. We had about 100 items made during that service project, and then we're hoping to make even more in this service project. That's going to be on October the 10th, I believe, on a Tuesday at the Ag Center, and it'll be from 9 to 2, and everyone's welcome. You don't have to be an FCE member in order to attend. And we'll be sewing, but we definitely need sewers, but we also need cutters and people to draw the patterns, so everybody's welcome for that event.
Would this be a good time if you didn't know exactly how to do that to come?
Sure, we can have somebody to help you, because that would be a great opportunity as well, yes.
Okay.
And then we also have a program. This is a 6-week program from the Extension Office that called Cancer, Thriving, and Surviving. And as we all know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I thought it was an opportune time to do this program. This is a 6-week program. It'll start on October the 16th, I believe, and it'll go through November the 20th, and it's going to be at the Smith County Senior Center, and it'll be from 1 till 3. And in this program, you're going to learn how to make decisions concerning treatments, also make decisions on how to deal with pain and fatigue, and just how to make options towards treatments and things like that. And you're also going to learn how to communicate effectively with family, friends, and healthcare providers.
Okay, well now, you mentioned early on, I told you I was going to have some questions. Would you explain to the folks, let's start with the first one, FCS. What exactly is FCS?
So FCS stands for Family and Consumer Sciences, and I'm the FCS Extension Agent, and that has 5 program areas. So health, food, family, home, and money. So if you ever have any questions concerning those 5 areas, I'm the person to call.
Okay, now who can become involved with this?
So in our FCS program, we have Family and Community Education Clubs. So that's FCE, and anyone in the community can be involved. We have 9 FCE clubs around the community, and we have one that's community-wide, and that's our Night Owls Club, and they meet at 6:30 on Thursday, the third Thursday night at the Chamber of Commerce. But you're welcome to come to any of our clubs. We have 9 clubs around the community, and those are just located wherever you're located at in the county. So if you live in Carthage, you can go to the Carthage Club. If you live in Defeated, you can go to the Defeated Club. We try to make it convenient for you, but you're welcome to come to any of them.
Okay, now these clubs, FCE is a part of that, then that springs off of FCS, is that right?
FCE is its own entity, but I'm the FCE advisor, so that's part of the FCS program.
Okay, so the FCE clubs are independent,
yes,
but UT Extension advises them and helps them to keep going. Okay,
yes.
All right, and there is, if I remember right, you've got, like you said, 9 clubs in different communities, so they could probably know somebody. If you're out there, if you ask around, even in the farthest reaches of the viewing area they probably know somebody that's in an FCE club.
Yes.
Most likely.
Yes, in our central region, I think Wilson County has the biggest or the most amount of FCE members, but we're second to that, and that's pretty good because Smith County is a smaller population than Wilson County. So for the whole central region being the second largest that has the most FCE members is something to be proud of.
Right, and of course the viewing area for here is also DeKalb,
Right.
Cannon, it goes on.
So, and those all have FCE clubs as well. So if you're in any of those areas, I'm sure their extension office could answer any of the questions concerning FCE as well.
So if they need any information, they can call. Would you give them that number again, please?
Yes, our office number is 615-735-2900.
Okay, and of course, you can go on the internet and you can look them up at the chamber. They're linked on our website. You also have web pages of your own.
Smith.tennessee.edu.
Okay, and do the FC clubs? Do some of them have their own pages as well, or is that not something that's been done?
We're going to work on that. Yes.
Okay, well, I wondered about that. Well, all right, Mary, thank you for coming by. It's always a pleasure, and we'll look forward to seeing you next month. Okay.
See you then.
All right. All right, we have the famous Miss Katie from UT. Well, I tell you what, you tell them who you are and who you with.
My name is Katie Clark, and I'm with UT Extension. I'm the 4-H agent here in Smith County.
Okay, and Katie, 4-H, I think everybody's got a pretty good concept of what 4-H is, but why don't you just go through the basics and tell us about 4-H?
Absolutely. It's a great time to do that. We're starting back in the schools this month. We have had most of our meetings in our in-school clubs, and we've been talking to some fourth graders about what exactly 4-H is. So here in Smith County, 4-H does a whole bunch of things, but it is for any youth from 4th grade all the way up to 12th grade. We cover everything from agriculture to healthy living. We have an archery club. We had a cooking camp. So a little bit of everything.
Wow, that's quite impressive. I know when I was, believe it or not, I was in 4-H when I was in school. Yeah. It's hard to believe, isn't it? They had it back then, back when Daniel Boone was around. Anyway, I remember us doing some of the soil sampling and things of that nature, and it's a quite good organization. Yeah. Now, have you got some events or some things coming up?
Absolutely. Well, I want to brag on our poultry judging team for a second. We just got back from that today, and so we had 3 kiddos that came and represented Smith County at the Central Region Poultry Judging Contest. Gabe Harville, Abby Malone, and Ashleen Hawthorne all did a great job, so wanted to give them a shout out. But as far as what's coming up, we do have several things that people in the community might want to know about. The Paper Clover campaign takes place at Tractor Supply, and it runs from October 4th through the 15th. Basically what that is anybody that shops in Tractor Supply can give $1 or whatever you feel like donating, and all that money comes back to our 4-H program in the county and helps us send 4-Hers to camps or conferences that they might not be able to afford otherwise. So that's a really good thing. We hope that the county will come out and show some support and donate to the Paper Clover campaign at Tractor Supply. Something else that's coming up for all of our homeschoolers, we do have a 4-H club for homeschoolers. We had our first meeting in September, but some people may have not known about it. It's a little hard to get the word out when we don't have in-school club meetings. So any homeschooler who's interested in 4-H, we'll be having our next meeting October 23rd, 10 a.m. at the Ag Center. So that's a great opportunity to meet some new people and be involved in 4-H if you're a homeschooler 4th through 12th grade. Last but not least, we have our community club. They have a meeting in October, October 26th, and we're actually going to the corn maze, Amazing Corn, over here in Gordonsville. So it'll be a fun meeting. That club is for anyone from 7th to 12th grade that might be interested in being in our Honor Club or All-Star 4-H organization.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you got a lot going on.
Always.
Now, you're in all the schools, is that right?
We are. Most of the schools were 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. We have started some 7th and 8th grade in the schools as well. So. Okay,
and do you still do the heart hand?
We do. We do the pledge every time.
All right, that's pretty interesting. You never forget that, do you?
Absolutely.
Well, Katie, is there anything else we need to go over that you can think of?
I think that's good. We're rolling in the schools. Speeches will be coming up before you know it, but we just always have new stuff going on, so make sure you check in with us at the office, check our Facebook page, and we're trying to keep our website updated as well, so you can find out more information there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Well, we moved inside here at Cellar 53 Winery, and Miss Virginia Solomini has come by. You said some things were happening with the UCDD. Now, a lot of people may not know what that is, so why don't you tell them first, what is the UCDD?
UCDD stands for the Upper Cumberland Development District. We serve the 14 counties here in the Upper Cumberland. We have 3 different departments. We have the Economic and Community Development Department, Senior and Triple AD, which is just our aging department is what we call it. And then we also have the housing department. Okay.
Well, now, there's all kind of programs and things going on. What were some of the things that came to mind that you wanted to tell them about the Upper Cumberland Development's doing?
Our aging department is working on their Senior Expo. I think it is October 19th and 20th. You can go to our website, ucdd.org, or call our office at 931-432-4111. And they can tell you more about that. Basically, that's an event they have every year. It's really fun. They have all kinds of stuff set up that's related to the senior population and the disabled population. So lots of people that might help with hospice care or just getting seniors around, and groups that they can get involved in. So it's a really good time of the year for them to just get connected.
Okay. And for you Whitefield County folks up there, Mr. Mark Farley is the director of that, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah,
yes.
He's doing a fine job. So
he is.
Yeah. Did you have something else that you wanted to mention maybe that's going on?
Well, just some updates. My department is the Economic and Community Development Department. We work on grant applications. Primarily, we work with our mayors throughout the counties and cities within the Upper Cumberland. So something that we just like to tell people that's going on is we call it our grant season right now. It's a lot of applications that are due between October and February and into actually March of next year. And just keep an eye out for public meetings. We have a lot of them throughout the region in the next few months, just scheduled to talk to you all and find out what projects you want to work on. There's different types of grants we're going to be applying for, so you can talk to us about anything from sewer and water needs to needing to apply for a fun project such as the depot project in Smith County. So those are all projects that we have taken public input on, and we advertise that in the paper, on our Facebook. Those are just important meetings for us to get your input on, and it'll help your community in the long run.
Okay. All right. Well, anything else you can think of with Upper Cumberland Development?
I don't think so. We're working hard and staying busy.
Well, I tell you what, if you don't care to stick around, we're going to go outside and do some more interviews, and then I'll get you to come back in here, and we'll talk about the depot project that you mentioned.
Sure. That sounds great.
All right. Thanks. Well, I would like to thank you, Rebecca, for allowing us to come here and do all these interviews.
I'm glad y'all were able to come out today.
Okay, I wanted to ask you a little bit about, winemaking and wineries. They may not be new to Tennessee, but they're new to Smith County because, if I'm not mistaken, you're the first and only in Smith County right now. Is that right?
That's correct. We are the first and only winery in Smith County, and there's a couple of vineyards in Smith County, but we are the largest in this area.
Okay, and this is Cellar 53 Winery, and we're off of, what's the address here? We're in Brush Creek, aren't we?
We're in Brush Creek, Tennessee. We are a mile and a half off of I-40 at exit 254. We're on Highway 53.
Okay. And if do you have like a Facebook or a web page or something like that? What's that?
The best way to follow what's going on at the winery is our Facebook page, and that's just facebook.com/Cellar53 Winery.
Okay. All right. Now, these are 2 local items here. Why don't you tell us about those?
So these are 2 of our newer wines that we've brought out in the last few weeks. Our first one is Tanglewood, and Scott decided to name that for the area he grew up in on the other side of Carthage, when you could leave your car unlocked and your house unlocked, and it's dedicated to, the small communities that we all grew up in. And it is 100% grown here in Smith County. It's our Chamberson grapes. It's from last year's drought, which was really good for grapes. And so it is a Pinot Noir style wine, but it is grown here on the farm. And then our second wine is Sleepy Bird, and it is a Vidal Blanc, and it's got hints of green apple, a little mild sweetness, and again, it's made right here in the winery.
Okay, so all of these are products that you do. In fact, I came in one night and you were back there scrubbing. It's an extremely clean operation, isn't it? So what you want to tell about maybe the harvest or some of the process?
Yes. So with a winery, the most important thing is cleanliness, and temperature control is second. So you cannot be clean enough when you're making wine. This year's harvest was a little bit more challenging because of the rain, but we did get all the grapes in before Harvey hit. Irma kind of threw us a little curve curveball because we had 8 inches of rain after Harvey. I'm sorry, Irma didn't cause so much trouble, and so we're going to be pressing Saturday, this coming Saturday, and bottling that or putting that wine in different types of barrels, and probably 2019 is when you'll be able to taste that wine.
Okay, how many acres do you have in grapes here?
So of the 104-acre property, we have 8 acres in vines, and we are about to pull up our Vidal Blanc vineyard and plant Sangiovese.
Okay, so do you do that on a regular basis, change vines out, or is that something unusual?
No, that's a new idea. My older son Dalton spent a month in Italy studying the grape varieties over there, and then we recently visited North Carolina, who has a really thriving vineyard growing agricultural business, and we are in the same kind of altitude and growing area as parts of Italy, so we're going to try and see if we can bring a little bit of Tuscany to Tennessee.
Well, I know one time I heard you speak about the history of winemaking in Tennessee. Prior to Prohibition, there were a lot of wineries. I don't know if you can speak to that now, but there was Tennessee has a deep history in grape production, doesn't it?
Before Prohibition, there were 19,000 acres of grapevines in this state. And so pretty much local communities had their own little local wineries that produced wine and vinegar for them. And so it's a really great tradition. The first commercial winery in the nation was in Kentucky. So right now, Tennessee is a little bit more than 800 acres of vineyards. So we have a lot of room to make up from where we used to be.
Okay, so there's a lot of production availability as far as land is concerned. When you walk in, you get off at exit 254, you said. You come just barely down the road, turn left, come into the subdivision. What's the name? Hickory Hills. You come into Hickory Hills subdivision, and you just basically keep bearing left, and you drive right into the building that we're in now. Okay, when you walk in and look around, I know, does Oakley greet everybody? Oakley is the dog that, by the way, you'll see on the segments here. Does he greet everybody?
Yes, Oakley greets everybody, and Sugar will sometimes come out and greet folks. She's our rescue Pyrenees, but Oakley is always there, and he is always wanting to play.
Okay, yeah, I've noticed that he loves that ball. So, but anyway, when you come inside, of course, you come into the room, and I love the way you have it appointed and everything. And this is basically your tasting room, and where everybody comes in, and you're able to serve them and let them sample the wine.
Yes, that's correct. And so far today, while y'all were filming, we've had folks from Washington State that live in Seattle. We've had upstate New York and Michigan. And so we have lots of visitors from all over the nation and world. And so we've had a lot of folks from Norway and France, Guam. So it's really a great experience to have these folks come in and visit us in Smith County and visit our area.
Yeah, well, it's definitely, I know when I pulled in, there was a car with an Illinois tag. So you're definitely bringing in people from off of the interstate and from outside of the state of Tennessee for sure. Well, have you got any events coming up that you wanted to talk about?
Yes, on October 14th, we are having our 3rd annual harvest party. This year, we're going a little bit bigger. We're going to have 2 food trucks, fried green tomatoes from Mount Juliet and Backroom Bistro from Cookeville. We also have Walker Creek Confections from Watertown. She's bringing her toffees and her caramels. And we have Harmony Lane Creamery, that she has a goat cheese, and she has a goat cheese fudge that's incredible. And also Van Loo's Traveling Boutique, so you can come taste a little wine, buy some clothes. And then for our entertainment, we have Madeline Bells from Lebanon, Tennessee, and she's going to start playing music at 2 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, she was at our Walton Days Festival, I think.
Yes.
So that's going to be good. You guys want some good entertainment, and you come by and sample some things, do a little shopping. You just come by and see you guys then. Now, there's a rumor going around that Scott does all the work. Is that true?
No.
Oh, okay, that's just a rumor. Scott, if you're watching, we know the truth now. Well, thank you for letting us come by.
Well, thank you so much. Anytime.
All right. Okay, I asked Virginia to come back. The reason is because there's a project that's kind of near and dear to my heart, and we've been working on it, 3 years now?
Heading into 2 years.
Two years,
October.
okay. 2 years we've been working on this. It's the Carthage Junction Depot. We called it the Save the Depot project, and we have been successful in what our original intent was. The depot was about to be basically torn down, and we got the folks that own it, KFC, to donate it. We had some folks that helped us, Rackley Roofing, and especially I'd like to really thank Mr. John Leftwich, who has financially supported this, and there's some other folks that have donated, and we've had like myself, I made small donations, and a lot of other people have, and we had people work on it. I'm forgetting people. I don't know if we need to get into that.
No, there's a long list of donors from, I think we have people even from Texas who have donated. So we have had some really great local support, some even national support. It's been a really growing project. And I mean, wouldn't be at all possible without the community support that we have had so far.
Well, exactly. And one of the things I'm getting, I get people asking me, well, what's going on with the depot? And sometimes you can't see what's going on in the background because we're in that phase where we got it on the foundation set, we got the outside painted, we've done a little of the demolition on the inside, and now we're starting back with the stuff on the inside. And I know, in fact, we're going to be in this past weekend worked on it a little bit. But I guess the point I'm getting at is that we're in that phase where you're not going to see as much visible movement on it as you've seen in the past. Now, I know you and I both are intimately familiar with the project, but what is our next step? I know we're working on plans with the engineer, is that right?
We are. We recently hired a contractor. A friend of one of our committee members is going to be working on the depot. This is going to be a lot of indoor work. The building is 120 years old or so there's quite a bit of work that needs to be done on the inside, which we have coordinated volunteer days to do that, but volunteers run short, time runs short, so we have finally gotten the approval, and the grant funds have actually been approved to hire someone to work on this. So he will be working on getting it dry ready, which basically means it'll be ready for windows, and then ready for things such as drywall and hardwood floor and all of the things that make the building come together. We are working with Gary Boughton at Boughton Engineering. He's working on an accessory structure design, so there will be a building behind it that will connect with a wraparound deck for around both of the structures. That building will have access to a kitchen. It'll have restrooms on both floors, and the bottom floor will also have a space to rent out canoes and kayaks. And we've talked to a couple of outfitters that would be willing to rent that space. So that's something that is in the works, and TWRA has very graciously worked with us on planning the access to the Caney Fork there. And we've been meeting with county officials and members of our committee, and with TWRA as well as the Tennessee Scenic River Association. So we will be getting that access point done hopefully next spring or summer. Yeah, and as you just mentioned, there's been a lot of meetings, and if you go over to the site, there is a sign post that we just recently set up, and it explains some of the project and actually has some drawings of the future plans on that sign so people can get an idea of what's going on. The one thing I'd like to mention, this TWRA access, a lot of the work that we want to do up at the front toward the road can't be done until that's finished going into the river. And I know we literally are going to build a road down through there. In fact, some of you guys that are my age, you may remember the old road that went down into the Caney Fork, and we'd actually pull our cars down there and wash them sometimes, which is probably not the best thing to do. But we would do that, and you could literally drive, and at some points, I guess you could have driven across the river. But the access point is going to be into that gravel bar, which will be similar to Happy Hollow. Yes. And so that's what we're shooting for, so that we have an access point that people can either start at Gordonsville, come down and get out, or they can get in there and go down the river, go past Caney Fork Bridge, River Bridge, and the Al Gore's place down there, and into the Cumberland River. Which is beautiful. It's a beautiful stretch of river that a lot of us don't get to see. It's just not as commonly kayaked or canoed, and so it's really beautiful through there, and a little bit harder. There's not as much current, so you're going to put in a little more work to get all the way to Carthage from there, but it's a beautiful little stretch, and I think this will just open up that access for more, and even more development along the river. I know there's talk of development up on the other side of the river from the dam to Gordonsville. So that'll just open up more for people to see, for people to start businesses. I think it'll be a really good extra point. For you trout fishermen, all these people are on the upper side of the river, maybe we'll pull some of them down and they won't be in your way. Yeah, I know I have a friend that trout fishes, and he says the kayakers are pretty thick, is the way he puts it. So, but anyway, getting back to the depot project, we're going to be doing that. We won a grant, and we're having to do this with volunteer work, and so that's why sometimes we don't see as much progress as we would like. Yes. But we're going to be working on that, and hopefully our target is next year to have the access to the river end, have the roadway built, and then we can actually start seriously on some of the structures and stuff that we'd like to do to support that. Yeah, but within the next 6 months, you should see some big changes in the building. We've been talking with a company that works with our local Bonnell, and they're going to help us with the window design and getting all of that. So we're doing a lot of behind the scenes work, a lot of emails, a lot of meetings, and sometimes I know that looks like it's unproductive from the actual structure, but we are doing a lot of legwork. So within the next 6 months, you should see quite a big difference in that area. Well, and the sign that we're going to hang, it's already there at the chamber in storage. Yes. The display cases, they are already there and set up at the chamber. The semaphore signal that goes on the pole that goes outside, that's constructed and ready to put up. And so there's a lot of things, but you have to wait. You can't. You got to do that site prep and get the gravel down and get the parking lot kind of stabilized before you can start doing some of that other stuff. Absolutely. Anyway, so if you were wondering about the depot, we just wanted to kind of give you a heads up, let you know what's going on. The project is still viable, and we're very excited about it, and I'm looking forward to being able to go down there and take my kayak and get in the river and make a trip and either get out at the depot or get in there. I'm thinking that's going to be exciting. Me too. It'll be nice. All right. Well, Virginia, thank you for coming by. Thank you for having me. All right. Well, I just wanted to prove to everybody out there that I really do know Grace Harville. Grace is so glad to be here with you. Grace is doing a segment called Season with Grace. Yes, sir. And we're so proud that she is doing that for us. And so what I'm going to do is you're going to go into the Save-A-Lot, who is a chamber member. Yes. And you're going to pick out some items and talk about what you're going to use. Is that right? Yes, sir. Okay. Well, I'm going to get out of the way and let Grace do her thing. So, Grace, thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm at my local Save-A-Lot in Carthage, and I'm here to pick up some food items for my next segment of Season with Grace. I'll be making my great-grandmother Kemp's homemade meatballs, some creamy macaroni and cheese, a sweet slaw that's delicious, some cornbread, and some sweet tea. So come on inside with me. My mom's been shopping at this Save-A-Lot since she got married. It's cost-effective, it's well-stocked, and it's convenient. I'm going to be needing some slaw mix for the slaw that I'm going to make. You could chop some cabbage up by hand, or you could use a food processor to chop it up, but these bags of coleslaw are handy. Now on to the cheese for my macaroni. I love using So Cheesy Melt because it melts a lot better than Velveeta, and it makes it nice and creamy. I'm going to need some hamburger meat now. Save-A-Lot has a great selection of meats, and I'm going to need about 2 pounds for my recipe. Well, I have everything I need. Please stay tuned to DTC TV for more of my upcoming shows, and as always, I hope your day is seasoned with grace. I'll see you soon.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our show this month. Cellar 53 Winery's got a lot of things going on, and of course the folks that were there to tell you what's happening in their world, they were pretty excited about that too. Don't forget, Jeepers Creepers is October the 31st. That's over in the town square, and we're hoping that you'll bring your children by. And if you want to give out candy, if you just want to open your trunk up and kind of be a part of that, call us at the Chamber of Commerce, 735-2093, and we'll get it set up for you to be there. Also, don't forget forget, the end of November, I know it's a little early to be announcing, we're going to have a Small Business Saturday on November the 25th, and then we're also going to have a Hometown Christmas on the 26th. That's a Sunday, and it starts at about 1 o'clock. We have our Christmas tree lighting. The parade is at like 6 o'clock, and then, of course, the next weekend is the Gordonsville Christmas Parade. So there's a lot of things happening this season, and it's getting that time of year. Fall is here. Got a special guest with us here, and Tom, I'll just let you introduce yourself and tell them what's going on. I'll be the billboard.
All right. Well, Bill, thank you very much. And I know you're talking about all the events going on in Smith County. Well, we've added one more that I'd like to invite folks to. We're going to do an Elvis tribute show at the Smith County Ag Center. It's going to be Saturday, November 18th. We've got 2 shows that day, an afternoon matinee at 2. And a Saturday night show at 7. And Bill, just to tell you a little bit about the show, it's I call it an Elvis tribute show. Now, there's a lot of folks that do the Elvis impersonator show, but we do more of a tribute show. And we bring in a quartet. We've got the girl backup singers, full band, brass section, and everything. But what we do is we try to put on a show reminiscent of an Elvis 70s concert. We'll do a lot of the songs. There'll be a lot of the mannerisms and things of that nature. I just don't dress up, Bill. I don't look very good in spandex. I don't do the whole dress up thing. But the one thing about Elvis, if you're an Elvis fan, you know the music speaks for itself. I mean, you really don't have to go out there and try to act like him because, really there was only one Elvis. But you could just let that music speak for itself. And I'm just a big fan. I'm an old soul, I guess. I love that old-time music like that.
Oh, yeah, it's great stuff.
Great stuff. Anyway, we've got tickets on sale right now. You can go to Smith County Drugs. They've got general admission tickets there. They are $20 for either show, the afternoon matinee or the night show. Also, I've got a website set up. It's tomduggan.com. Again, tomduggan.com. We do have a limited number of reserved seats. That's I believe the first 3 rows of the venue. Those are $25 for those tickets. I will say those are going pretty fast. I just checked the website a little while ago, and those are going pretty fast. So if you want to get the reserve seats, get those pretty quickly. But I think the Lions Club is going to be there doing refreshments for both shows. And I'm excited. I've made a lot of friends in Smith County these past few years, Bill. We've done the show in DeKalb County. I actually had the honor of singing with Elvis's backup group a couple of times, and
wow.
That was a real honor and a real pleasure for me. We've got the Rangers Quartet coming this time. And they've worked with Ronnie McDowell and in his Elvis tribute shows over the years. And the Rangers actually are one of the longest running gospel quartets in Southern gospel music. These guys are great, and they'll be doing 30 minutes before we start the show. I've got my female group, the Soul Sisters, and I've got my band, the Memphis Blues. So, Bill, all I can say is, if you like Elvis, even if you don't like Elvis and you just like a really good production and a good show, we'll put on a good show for you. We promise that.
Well, I have heard exactly what you've said. I've heard it's a good show. Okay, well, folks, we're glad that you watched the show today. We hope you come out and see Tom and involved in all the other things we've got going on. And Tom, forgive me for this, but thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bill.
All right. We'll see you the next time on the Chamber Corner.